Guitar tips, just the tips, just for you. Guitar tips, yeah. Hello and welcome to Guitar Tips. My name is Adam Levy. This is my weekly video blog series. Post a new tip here each and every Friday, just for you. And each week I share just a little bit of, guitar-related wisdom or information or philosophy. Just a little idea, something to take with you into the practice room or onto the bandstand. Do people even say bandstand anymore? That's so old-fashioned. On stage. Take it with you on stage. Or studio, whatever you're doing with your guitar. I hope that you'll find some of these tips helpful. I hope you will subscribe. There's a big red button down below. If you click on that, you will be part of the tip army, as I like to call it. What is this week's tip? It's very simple. It's a very simple idea. Practice endings. Practice endings. And the big idea here is that guitar players, as you may or may not be aware, have a bit of a reputation for musical rambling. They just play kind of, the musical equivalent of run-on sentences. They'll just start a line and keep going. Etc., etc. And that's a way to play, and that's, I think, my impression of what other musicians and non-musicians think we're up to. We're just kind of rambling, run-on sentences, no punctuation, and so to a certain extent, that's, I think, true. We're guilty of that. If you play a horn, like trumpet or saxophone or something, you have to breathe. So those run-on sentences don't happen as much. You're much more aware of phrasing with your breath, much like a singer would. Piano players, for whatever reason, don't tend to run on and on as much as we do. So today's tip is a suggestion as a way to work on not doing that in your playing. And that's to practice endings. So what I like to do for this is to think of a 2-bar phrase. We'll be in 4/4 time for now. You could do this in other meters as well. And pick an endpoint, like you're sticking a pin into a bulletin board or a map or a piece of graph paper, maybe is a better visualization. And we're going to end there no matter what. So whatever comes before that, we're not worried about starting our phrases. We're not worried about what happens in the middle. We're just going to think about a rhythmic pinpoint where that's our last note. We're going to just stick a note there, and whatever happens before that is open-ended. But we really aren't going to cross that line. So let's start simple. We'll have a 2-bar phrase, and we're going to end actually just after that for now. So this will be the first 8th note of bar 3. So if we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, bop. That's it. So let's pick A minor, because it's a key that's easy to get around it on the guitar. And it could be pentatonic, or it could be something more adventurous. It really doesn't matter. I'm just going to think in A minor, and I know that on bar 3, that 8th note on the downbeat is going to be my last note. So I'll count it out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and I'll do that again. And stop time. So this isn't something you're going to do with a drum machine or a looper pedal. You're just going to play the phrase and stop, take a breath, and start over again. So again, A minor, and we're going to stop on the first eighth note of beat 3, 2, or of bar 3. 2, 3, 4, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay. So I hope that's clear enough. You could certainly do this with changing harmony. You know, you could make a 2-5-1 out of it. It could just be simply blues. It could be non-tonal. You could just play, you know, outside of any scale or chord. Just play notes. 2, 3, 4. You know, it's really about the rhythm more than it's about note choices. Okay. So now we're going to start bringing that that end point in a little bit sooner. So now we're going to end our phrase on the and of beat 4 in the second bar. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, and. Okay, that's going to sound like this: 2, 3, 4. And I'll do that again: 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so, and I would keep doing that maybe for 5 minutes and try and do some in this area of the guitar, some here, some here. Move around a little bit. You don't have to stay in one area. We're just thinking about one tonality in the moment. That's A minor. It could be, as I said, it could be non-tonal. It could be changing chords. It could be anything you want to do. It almost doesn't matter. We're going to pretend for this exercise that we're not particularly aware of or interested in harmony. Okay, and that's kind of a trick because actually some very interesting harmonic and melodic things can happen when you're not focusing on harmony or melody. When you're just focusing on rhythm, it tends to drive different kinds of melodies and can also push the harmony in some different directions too, just because you're looking over here and then something else happens. Okay, so that's the exercise, and then you could practice moving that eighth note closer in so that you're ending sooner. Once you've got that, you could extend it to a 3-bar phrase, a 4-bar phrase, an 8-bar phrase if you could really think that far ahead. And really the big idea is you're thinking about the end point before you even start. So it's not like you start playing, you wind up halfway out on a tightrope and then wonder how you're going to get down. It's like, yeah, maybe it's not a tightrope, but it's like a cat being stuck up a tree. The cat goes up the tree and then is like, oh geez, how am I going to get down from here? It's easy to get into that space when you're playing the guitar. So don't be a cat up a tree when you're playing the guitar. Have an exit strategy. Have a plan for how to get down gracefully from the tree. Okay? Practice endings. Practice endings. That's what it is. Guitar tips. I'm Adam Levy. New tip each and every Friday, just for you. Tell your ma, tell your pa. Stay tuned and take good care.